Hello everyone, I am Seema and welcome to my YouTube channel Easy Learning with Seema Ma'am. I am posting science videos based on NCERT books. So subscribe and share. Now in this video we will learn about transportation in plants. And this is a portion of class 10th chapter Life Processes. In my previous video, I explained transportation in human beings. So again, what is transportation? In living organisms, transportation refers to the movement of essential substances like nutrients, oxygen and waste products throughout the body. So now, transportation in plants. We have discussed earlier how plants take in simple compounds such as CO2 and photosynthesis and we have discussed earlier how plants take in simple compounds such as CO2 and photosynthesize energy stored in their chlorophyll containing organs, namely leaves. The other kinds of raw materials needed for building plant bodies will also have to be taken up separately. For plants, the soil is the nearest and richest source of raw materials like nitrogen, phosphorus, and other minerals. The absorption of these substances therefore occurs through the part in contact with the soil, namely roots. If the distances between soil contacting organs and chlorophyll containing organs are small, energy and raw materials can easily diffuse to all parts of the body. But if these substances become large because of changes in plant body design, diffusion processes will not be sufficient to provide raw materials in leaves and energy in roots. A proper system of transportation is therefore essential in such situations. So that is diffusion. Diffusion is the process of movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Diffusion is a very important process for photosynthesis. Energy needs differ between different body designs. Plants do not move, and plant bodies have a large proportion of dead cells in many tissues. As a result, plants have low energy needs and can use relatively slow transport systems. The distances over which transport systems have to operate, however, can be very large in plants such as very tall trees. Now, plant transport systems will move energy stores from leaves and raw materials from roots. These two pathways are constructed as independently organized conducting tubes. One, the xylem, moves water and minerals obtained from the soil. The other, phloem, transports products of photosynthesis from the leaves where they are synthesized to other parts of the plant. We have studied the structure of these tissues in detail in class 9. So what is xylem? Xylem carries water and minerals from the roots to the leaves, whereas phloem carries the food prepared by the leaves to different parts of the plant. Clear? Now, transport of water. In xylem tissue, vessels and tracheids of the roots, stems and leaves are interconnected to form a continuous system of water conducting channels, reaching all parts of the plant. At the roots, cells in contact with the soil actively take up ions. These creates a difference in the concentration of these ions between the root and the soil. Water therefore moves into the root from the soil to eliminate the difference. This means that there is a steady movement of water into root xylem, creating a column of water that is steadily pushed upwards. However, this pressure by itself is unlikely to be enough to move water over the heights that we commonly see in plants. Plants use another strategy to move water in the xylem upwards to the highest position of the plant body. Now, to understand it in detail, there is an activity in your NCERT book. So, take two small pots of approximately the same size and having the same amount of soil. One should have a plant in it. Place a stick of the same height as the plant in the other pot. Cover the soil in both pots with a plastic sheet so that moisture cannot escape by evaporation. Now cover both sets, one with the plant and the other with the stick, with plastic sheets and place it in bright sunlight for half an hour. Do you observe any difference in the two cases? Okay, I'm telling you. Yes, due to the process of evaporation, tiny water vapors can be seen in the pot with plants. Now, so in detail, we will study provided that plant has an adequate supply of water. The water which is lost through the stomata is replaced by water from the xylem vessels in the leaf. In fact, evaporation of water molecules from the cells of a leaf creates a suction which pulls water from the xylem cells of roots. The loss of water in the form of vapor from the aerial parts of the plant is known as transpiration, that you have already studied in class 9. That is loss of water. So the process of loss of water is called transpiration. Thus, transpiration helps in the absorption and upward movement of water and minerals dissolved in it from roots to the leaves. It also helps in temperature regulation. The effect of root pressure in transport of water is more important at night. During the day, when the stomata are open, the transpiration pull becomes a major driving force in the movement of water in the xylem. Clear? Now, transport of, okay. So before that, before starting this portion, I am just telling you, root provided each and everything, soil and minerals to leaf. And leaf is the kitchen, food factory. So now food is ready and it will be served to other parts of the plant. Yeah. So, transport of food and other substances. So, this is the duty of phloem. So far, we have discussed the transport of water and minerals in plants. Now, let's consider how the products of metabolic processes, particularly photosynthesis, are moved from leaves where they are formed or on other parts of the plant. This transport of soluble products of photosynthesis is called translocation, and is it occurs in the parts of the vascular tissues known as phloem. Here, besides the products of photosynthesis, the phloem transports amino acids and other substances. These substances are specially delivered to the storage organs of roots, fruits, and seeds, and to growing organs. The translocation of food and other substances takes place in the sieve tubes with the help of adjacent companion cells, both in upward and downward direction. Unlike transport in xylem, which can be largely explained by simple physical forces, the translocation is achieved by utilizing energy. Material like sucrose is transferred into phloem tissue using energy from ATP. This increases the osmotic pressure of the tissue, causing water to move into it. The pressure moves the material in the phloem to tissues which have less pressure and allows the phloem to move material according to the plant's needs. For example, in the spring, sugar stored in the root or stem tissue would be transported to the buds which need energy to grow. Clear? Now, the summary of the chapter. In highly differentiated plants, transport of water, minerals, food, and other materials is a function of the vascular tissue, which consists of xylem and phloem. Plants obtain a variety of inorganic elements and it's from their surroundings, especially from water and soil. The movement of these nutrients from environment into the plant as well as from one plant cell to another plant cell essentially involves movement across a cell membrane. Water and minerals absorbed by roots are transported by xylem, and organic material synthesized in the leaves is transported to other parts of plant through phloem. Water absorbed by root hairs moves deeper into the root. Transpiration is the loss of water in the form of vapors from the plant parts through stomata. Phloem is responsible for transport of food and other substances. The translocation of food and other substances takes place in the sieve tubes with the help of companion cells, both in upward and downward direction. So this is all about the portion translocation or transportation in plants. So if you like the video, like it, view it, subscribe and share.